everyone, today 3 spring DIY birdhouse ideas. And by the way, if you're new here, I'm Tonya. Welcome to my channel, and I do hope you all like, share, and subscribe. Now for our first DIY, I'm going to be taking these 3 houses that I had picked up at the thrift store, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue them together with some of that Gorilla Wood glue and some hot glue. Now the back of them I've just left as is. I'm just going to put a coat of paint over those. And then I had taken some craft sticks there and put on the top, but we're going to be adding some larger craft sticks later on. And I'm using some of the crockery DIY paint. And I love how it has like that soft beigey color because I'm going to put some white over top of it to make them look a little bit aged. But everyone, I'm really enjoying creating these birdhouses to go in my kitchen, and I have 3 of them today, and then I won't have a video for you tomorrow. That's why I'm uploading today, because my daughter's birthday is today and we're actually going to take a little trip tomorrow. Now I've got some of these little wood black knobs that I'm going to be putting on for the little area for the birds to rest, and then I took some of these molds that I had created a while back and painted those black. And I'm also taking some of these little pieces that were used as tags that came with those houses. And I thought I'd use that color agave. And then I just kind of sanded everything down to bring out a little bit more of that white on these. And then we're going to be painting that center again to look like the bird hole on the birdhouses. But this turned out really pretty, and I've already got it setting up in my kitchen, and I really love how that looks for spring. Now I decided to go with this black and this agave color, and I really think it looked pretty once I've got the houses brushed with some of the white paint. And I just thought this made like a nice little vintage type of style. So I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you will. Now I'm taking that Indian ink that I told you about in the last video, and everyone, I picked mine up. I thought it was Michael's, but it was actually Hobby Lobby. And it works so well for detail work like this if you're painting with the black color. And I wanted to make sure I dried them really well, and then I'm just going to go back in once again and use just a little bit of that beige color and make that little crescent moon, and that just adds that realism to those little bird holes. Now I'm just going to go ahead and place these on and kind of line them up and see where I want them to be. And I think this turned out so pretty. I was really happy with this. Now we're going to take that white swan, and I'm just going to brush that over top of the houses, kind of to give that look as if it was wood. And I really like how that looked. I think those 2 colors play off each other really well, that crockery and then a brighter white on top of it. And I usually don't do the color like that, but that agave color, I really liked it. I just thought it kind of popped a little bit, and I think it made just a really fun design. Once I get everything lined up, we'll get them glued on, and then I can add my little black knobs. But while I'm doing this, I will tell you, everyone, that is something that I love to do at thrift stores, is just dig kind of underneath everything. And if you can find any little packs of the knobs or even little circles or brackets or any of the type of item that you can use for hardware, I think that comes in really handy when you're creating designs like this. And I'm hoping that when my daughter and I go to the thrift stores and antique stores tomorrow, I'm going to try to film and see what I can find. Now I'm taking some of the larger craft sticks from Walmart. Actually, I got those, and I had put those little craft sticks on there earlier, and I knew I just needed something a little bit bigger because I wanted to be able to paint the roof part of the houses with that black, and the bigger craft sticks worked really well, and it just gave it a little more support having the other ones underneath there. But everyone, like I said, I've got 3 of the birdhouse ideas for you today, and I don't know if I'll do any more next week or not. I put these all on top of my cabinets and it seemed to fill up the space pretty good, and I was able to pick up some little thrifted birds at the thrift store, and that kind of filled up my spot. So if you'd like to see any more ideas with the birdhouses, you can just drop that in the comments below. But everyone, look how beautiful this turned out. Now those little strips of the little flowers are perfect, and if you haven't picked those up, definitely grab those. I have found so many uses for those, and I just love to paint over them. And sometimes I'll paint them with the white, and then I'll go back in and rub some black wax on it, or I'll take a little bit of the Rub and Buff, which is that vintage gold color, and I do that here in the video. But I love how it just kind of seals up the seams, and it just gives it a more finished look. And I think it makes it look, as the word is said, a little more high-end and put together. But I couldn't have been happier with how this turned out. But now I'm going to go ahead and take that little Rub and Buff and put on top of our little floral strip, and I'm going to put it on top of my little mold accents. Everyone, look how this made that pop. That to me just made this look so pretty, adding that on there. And these, I think I got those molds from Temu, and I just used the hot glue. I had done that a while back and had them in there in the craft stash, and I thought, oh, these would be perfect. And so I just decided to just go all over with a little bit of that Rub and Buff and that vintage gold, and you can see it just really starts adding those little details and making it pop out. Now I am going to add that little bit of greenery because I wanted a little bit of greenery on each one of these designs. So I just decided to glue a little bit to the top of the roof area, and that really made this one look pretty. But everyone, you'll have to let me know in the comments, are you decorated for spring yet? Or are you just starting? I'm kind of just starting because yesterday we had snow and today it is like 30 degrees, so it's pretty cold. But everyone, here is this little birdhouse, and I think this little trio is so pretty, so definitely let me know in the comments if you like this one. Now for our next DIY, I done something a little different. I had this wine rack that I had picked up at the thrift store, and I actually like to use these to roll towels up in, and if I wasn't putting it on top of my cabinets in the kitchen, this would be perfect for that. But I had already pre-cut out some of the cardboard and just some of my scrapbooking paper. And I finally got a glue stick, everyone. I picked it up the other day, and that made putting these paper sheets on there a lot easier. But this one was really simple, and I just wanted to give the illusion that this was like a tall birdhouse. But I really like how I left the sides open in case I wanted to pull it down from my cabinets and just set it in the kitchen or the bathroom and roll those towels up in it. And I just thought it just had that really fun little pop of spring to it. And I decided to use a couple different colors. This is just some scrapbooking paper that I've had forever. And so I picked out that one for the front and the back, and then I did those, it looks like little vines on the paper that I'm going to be using for the roof area. And I did just use hot glue to glue these on, and I know you all probably know a lot of times hot glue and the metal doesn't stick very well, but since I plan on taking this apart possibly and doing something with it for maybe fall and Christmas, I thought that I would just go ahead and glue that on, and it's very easy to remove that glue. So that's kind of a little tip I like to do is, you know, sometimes I'll make it really simple and glue it on with the hot glue, and that way you can take it apart if you need to use it to create another design. Now those are just some little rings I had picked up, like I said, searching for all those little odd pieces that you can use. And then I decided instead of painting in the little birdhouse holes that I would just put that paper back in there and just kind of pull this all together. And the more I added to this one, everyone, the more I liked it. It seems like I just kept pulling out little things and adding to it. And I decided that my roof area was a little bit too long, so I cut that down to a size that I thought would look really pretty. I did end up painting that handle with some black. I didn't show that, but I kind of got that all freshened up too. And once again, I'm just gonna hot glue these on. But if you have these little wine racks, or if you've seen them out and about, at least this gives you kind of an idea what you can do with it. Because I see them all the time and I never really knew what I wanted to do with them. But when I got this one all done and got it set up on my cabinet, I just loved how it looked. Now we're gonna add some little details and embellishments on here, and that's really gonna make this pretty. Now I decided I wanted to go ahead and paint the little circles black, and like I said, I did paint that handle black and touch up the legs where they needed it, if there was any little scuff marks on there. And I just took a little black and just kind of went around the edges of the cardboard, and then I thought I would add the greenery to the front here because I found this really neat floral embellishment piece, and it was on a candle and it was just about to come off. Here it is, and I just thought that made this look so pretty when I popped that right in the center of that greenery. And so I decided just to go with that, and I took some more of the greenery and kind of let it come down from the flower. And this is greenery that I had picked up at Dollar Tree, and I think I might have got that last year. But I really like that. I like how it lays flat. It's really great for this type of design. And I just kind of put greenery wherever I wanted it to come down. And I was going to go down the sides, but I decided to take those little strips of those florals and add to the side here in a moment. Now, look at these. I love these old handles, and that one even has that rusty patina on there. And I thought this is perfect, but I thought this would be perfect just to hot glue on that paper, and it stuck really well, everyone. And I just thought that really made that look nice. So it just amazes me the things you can do. You can use some really nice items and just some cardboard and some paper, and look what a wonderful little design you can create. Now here I am. I'm going to take some of these little strips again. These are wonderful. I like how these finish the ends off, and I had already painted these with the white, and then I used the antique gold rub and buff, and then I just dusted them with a little bit of that black wax, and it kind of give them that age look. And I really like how that kind of finished this design off, and it just made everything come together. But everyone, I'd like to thank all of the people that have been subscribing to my channel and all of the subscribers that come back weekly to watch my videos. I really appreciate all of you so much, and thank you for what you do for me on my creative journey. Everyone, look how beautiful this little birdhouse turned out. I think this could not be cuter. I am really enjoying it in my kitchen, and it adds that height, which I really love. Now for our last DIY today, this one is completely out of the box thinking, everyone. I found this, it's a vase actually, at the thrift store, and I was wanting to make some kind of round birdhouse. Well, I really liked the birdhouse part. It turned out wonderful because I just decided to paint it with some of the Rust-Oleum linen white, and then I had some stencils that I wanted, no, actually it was rub-on transfers I was going to use, and then I ended up doing the stencils on here. And I really like how this one turned out. Now the top that I make kind of looks like a tree shape in a way, so I guess when I got it done, it kind of looked like a little hobbit house, but it turned out so cute. And what I really liked about it is I just used like a little plastic cup to glue the top part on, and that way I knew that it wasn't going to stick permanently and I could take it off, because once I get this done, you'll see what I mean. It's going to make a really adorable little fall birdhouse, and that's probably what I'll do. Now I just cut out this shape, and I'm wishing I would have just cut out a long triangle, but I don't know why I was cutting these out, but I did. And so I was just trying to build this base, and I end up taking some of the craft sticks and bringing it to the point. But you can either do it this way, or you can take and just do a long triangle, whichever way works. But I was really more worried about getting it wide enough to actually look like it was maybe a little roof area of this birdhouse. But I really like how it turned out, and I did something a little different. I took some felt and just cut it in little pieces and almost placed it on there where it would look like shingles. And that looked really cute on this design, the way it was. Now here you can see I'm putting that little plastic cup on there, and like I said, it'll hold as long as you're not yanking it off, but yet I'll be able to take it off and the glue will just peel right off. And that's gonna be perfect because I'll be able to turn this into a little pumpkin in the fall. So I'm just kind of building up my point there, and I just keep going on around, and I think yes, it probably really would have been easier if I would have just cut those into long triangles. But that's crafting, everyone, isn't it? Now I'm going to take this felt, and I didn't know what I was going to put on top of here, and then I found my felt, and I thought, I'm just going to do this and make it look like little shingles on there, and I really like that. Like I said, it turned out really pretty. And when I put the greenery on, it allows me to lift up these little pieces and have a place to glue on my greenery. So once I got it all done, it's like all the pieces fell into place. Now you can see I'm just kind of gluing these on, overlapping a little bit, and I do that like all the way around and all the way to the top. And I'll kind of speed this along here in a moment. But you can get the gist of what I'm doing, and it really made a unique and different style of roof for this little birdhouse. Now we're just going to go ahead and finish getting all of our little shingles glued on. And once I got this done, it really gave me an idea for a really unique Christmas tree. So you may want to keep that in mind. And I was just kind of lifting these up and seeing if I was going to be able to get up underneath there when I glue on my greenery. And I decided to glue some felt on there just to give that plastic something to adhere to when I put my topper on. But everyone, I hope that you're still with me and you get to see how this turns out at the end, because it ended up making a really unique and fun type of little birdhouse. Now I'm really going to put a lot of glue on here and just pop that little topper on there. And I did go in and just kind of cut some of the wider pieces, and just to give them more of a look of that shingled kind of look. And like I said, when I look at this, I think this would make a great little Christmas tree. So I may come up with a design to do a nice tall Christmas tree, but I think it would be so pretty in fabric. And then I decided to use that little bell, and I just popped that on there, and then I end up adding a few of these little strips of the florals again. Those really came in handy for these little birdhouses on this video. I used them all over, and I really like how they added that little accent to these designs. And I even decided to add just a few right around my little bell. And I know my little bell, it was just odd to put up there, but it kind of worked once I got everything together. Sometimes it's just fun to create fun things when you're creating. Now I'm going to take some of that vintage antique gold rub and buff there, and I just kind of rubbed it on the beads and rubbed a little of it along the kind of the bowl part there of the birdhouse, and I just thought that made it look pretty. And now I am going to go ahead and paint on the birdhouse hole here, and I'll do my same little technique, add in that little shadow there. I think I've showed you that plenty of times now, so I hope that you all try that, because I just think it really does make these little birdhouses look pretty. And I'm going to use one of the knobs. And the reason why I put my little birdhouse hole down so low is because I really had it in mind to do those little stamps on here with the birds. And I really like it, how it turned out. Now the first one is just kind of a vintage little design. And I'm just going to kind of pop that off to the side there. And I really love that. Look how pretty that looks once it gets stamped on there. And then I just pulled out a few more and added a few around the circle part and thought I'd put one little bird right by the hole there. And it just made just a really fun, kind of a little whimsical style. And I put one on each side. I don't think I put any on the back. And then I found a little welcome sign and I put that right there at the front door part. But everyone, I enjoyed these. Like I said, I just wanted to create something different to put in my kitchen. So that's why I was creating the birdhouses. So you'll have to let me know if you enjoyed them and if you had a favorite and if you like to decorate with the birdhouses. Now I did take my black paint and just kind of brush over the felt. And I just wanted it to have a little bit of a darker tone. I was really trying to pull in that black color. And I knew that would look really pretty with the type of greenery that I was putting on here. But it was fun. It was fun to think outside the box and create something a little different and unique. And you can see once I start adding this greenery, I really love how you can just lift up that felt and just kind of glue that greenery on. And I think the greenery really made this design look fun. Once I got that on there and it just kept creeping down on top of the roof of the birdhouse, I thought that could not be cuter. I'm just going to add a few pieces around. I think I even put some around the bell, and then I'm going to put a little bit around the little nub there that the little birds can stand on. And that will pretty much finish this design off. But everyone, here it is. I think it turned out beautiful. I ended up putting it on a black bowl. And I love these little birdhouses, and I hope you do. Well, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed weekend. And I'm going to go celebrate my daughter's birthday tomorrow. And I hope I can film some things for you. I will see you soon.